And we're live. Hi, everybody. Just jumping in here today because it's fun to see everybody when they show up, if they show up. So anyway, I'm just working on some journals and thought I might as well turn it on live. So I'm just going to continue with what I was doing. Been working on several things since early this morning. Visited a couple of live streams. Enjoyed that. So I'm going to continue working on these pieces. Right now I'm working on a sewing journal. 2 of them actually. And in a little bit I'll show you how far I've gotten on my forest journals. Did a lot with them this morning. And they're coming along pretty nicely. So I'm doing some button cards right now. Well, I don't need that, do I? I still haven't learned how to do all this stuff yet because I haven't taken time to do it. And what I really should be doing today is setting up my new computer, but I didn't. It didn't seem to be on my agenda somehow. So I just been getting some of these things done. Rest of the week's going to be pretty busy, so I thought I would spend a little more time today working on my journals. May not have any company, but that's okay too. It'll just go on for later. So I got my old button jar out, and I happen to have 2 of these cards left. I made 2 sewing journals not too long ago. They were pretty big ones, and I had some of these button cards that I put in those. So I thought I'd make some more today. I just went through and glued some things down that needed to be glued down, some pockets and what have you, in both journals. Now I've got all my ephemera type stuff out, and I have to make some tags and things like that. So get these buttons out of the way. And I'll put them in somewhere here. So I've got 2 signatures in each journal. These really aren't very full yet, and I'm probably going to add some more pages when I start working a little farther. So there's a place for that one. And then here's the other journal. They're very similar, but not exactly the same. They will have some very similar things in them, like these fabric pockets. They both have fabric pockets, and some of the same stuff. So I think so I think right now I'm mostly going to just do some tags. And what have you to go in here. So I'll pull out a few things that I can use. And I think I'm going to go with a lot of browns and some of my blacks that I like to do. I'm just digging through the box here, pulling stuff out. I don't know. We'll see what comes up. Okay, so I have some scrappy pieces of paper in different colors and some stock to make the cards out of, and then some others that I picked up. And just need to cut some of that. Let me take this back a notch. Okay. I have a feeling, since no one showed up here yet, I have a feeling that I'm missing out on something. And I looked and I didn't see anyone streaming that I wanted to watch before I started. But there could be somebody somewhere that's already going. I'm missing out. Let's see, 8.5, 4 1/4. Like a couple of tall tags. Okay, there's some for one book. Now let's see, what did I do? I did this one. So I'm doing 3-inch wide tags. 3x4 is basically what most of them are, and then I'm doing a 6-inch tall one. And then whatever's left over, I'll use up also. This is a heavy cardstock, like craft paper color, but I think it's I forgot now. It's not the 100, but it's heavier than regular cardstock. Okay, so we got these for both books. So what I'll do now is I'll create these tags, and I'll do like 2 at a time, one for one book and one for the other. They may not be exactly the same, but I'll end up with the same number, and they'll be similar. Okay, so at this point, this is my assembly line. So I've got all these things out of the way. And then we've got these little ones. I'm going to do the same thing down here. I don't always do it this way, but I often create tags this way. All right, now I'm just looking to see if I'm not going to work on these right now, so I'm going to put them in some of the places I have for them. That will look good. This one I'll put one of the tall tags like this down there. Thought I had another little one. Okay. I'll do the same thing here. All right. Now, I'm going to start with some pattern paper. I've lost my glue stick. I feel very jabbery today. Some days I'm very talkative and some days I'm not as much. I have to work up to it. Okay, that glue stick works pretty good for pattern tissues. It's not too wet, but it holds it in place. Now I have two things that are already started here. I need to find that one because I think I have another one like that that needs to be put on some card. Who knows where? So I'm going to do that right quick. So it's done. Ah. Well, hello, Bella. What are you doing in here so soon? Oh, I hear you. Did you just hear me start talking? Decided you need to come visit? Just you and me. Just you and me. I want to put some tabs on the pages in the sewing book, sewing journals, but I haven't decided what form they're going to take yet. I've got to think about that. Okay, so now here's one of these for each book. All right, now this one, I'm not going to know what's going to happen with him. We'll see. Okay, and if you're out there watching, hi. I'm just working on these journals. You're welcome to chime in, say hello. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Let's see. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Let's see. Nope. Everybody's just being quiet today and doing their own thing. That's great. Thanks for stopping. That's kind of what I'm doing too. Let's see. Whoops. Okay. I want that somewhere. Here's another one. with scissors. Oh, look at that sweet little girl. She might have to go there. Oh, and this is really, change that because this pink really goes with that. And what's going to go with this? Well, some of these things will go on pages later on. Hi, Bella. I hear you. Not time yet. Have to be patient. I don't know how that got in there. That's a stove. Oh. How to do it. How to sew on overall buttons. Cute. Think about that. Bella, come here. Come here. Come here. Let me see you. Come here. Come on. Oh, you're such a big girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. Oh, I know. You are such a cute baby. Let's give mommy some kisses. Oh, not the mouth. Not the mouth. Yeah. Oh, you are warm. You're nice and warm. Mommy's cold. Oh, thank you so much. Those were nice kisses. Okay. Wait just a little bit. Gotta stop and give the dog her kisses. Or she gave me kisses. I didn't give her kisses. But they were pretty nice kisses. That looks pretty together. One like that. This one, I don't know. Oh, sweet baby. Ooh, there's a nice. Don't want that one. Decisions. What have I got? Need something there. Maybe. Nope. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's work on these. Oh, I need something here. I'm trying to remember if I need any sideways. Yeah, that one needs. So we need this. And nope. I only need one for this book. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, nope, not on this one. You would even say it glows. Okay, so I'm going to turn that one so I can use this with that, which will be pretty. Okay, now let's see what I can find in the way of tabs. That are already made. It's nice to have these already made up. And just grab them. Oh, oh dear. That was accidental. So I mean bad about these baseball card pages. They will definitely fall out. So It's not time. It's not time yet. You can wait until it's time. You're going to get fat. You can't just eat all day long. It'll be lunchtime before you know it. But not yet. So I want to use maybe some doilies. A couple of doilies. See what we can do with that. Sure feels thick. Oh, hi, Sherry. I don't know. Just sort of been cruising along by myself, talking to myself, which I do. So, that's nothing new. Well, hi, Violet. What have y'all been up to today? I'm just kind of working on these sewing journals. I got 5 journals right now that I'm working on. I've only started working on 4 of them. 2 forest journals and 2 sewing journals. Blender lemon pie and a cup of tea. Wow. Now you're making me hungry. Bella just came down a while ago whining because she thinks it's time for lunch. If I say it, she'll really get excited. But she needs to wait just a little bit. Otherwise, she'll be starving before dinner time. So I've just been kind of working on these, trying to get, I'm doing an assembly line here of tags. Lemon pie, that really does sound good. We don't have lemon stuff around here too much. My husband's, it's really strange. He's not really crazy about like lemon pie or anything like that with lemon in it, but he always likes lemon drinks and lemon in his water and what have you. I think he just decided one day he didn't like lemon cake. You make it in the blender? Does it come out real runny? Like a custard or something? I wish I liked to cook more. It just doesn't have much interest for me. I like baking more than I like regular cooking, but I've just never been very good at it. And I finally decided one day the reason I wasn't good at it is because I didn't really care to do it. I really don't like trying to figure out what I'm going to make and, all that. But I sure appreciate people who are good cooks. My daughter's a good cook. I appreciate that. Oops. We've got company coming this Saturday for dinner. I think we're going to even though it's cold, I think we're going to do pulled pork on the smoker and then some hamburgers for the ones who don't like that. And I think I'm just going to make some mashed potatoes and slaw and maybe some corn pudding. Those are all easy things. Throw everything in a blender. Huh. Oh, without crust. Oh, that's pretty cool. Sounds pretty easy. I think I'm picking my granddaughter up. Wait, today is Wednesday. I'm picking her up Friday. They live about 40 minutes from here, 35, 40 minutes from here. And that's where my chiropractor is because we used to live near where they are. And so I'm going to pick her up after I get done with the chiropractor. And her dad's birthday is Saturday, and we're also having company that day, and they're coming also. So she wants to make him a Texas sheet cake from, I don't know, she said his mom's recipe or his grandma's recipe. Olivia's 13, and she's really getting into baking lately. She likes to bake stuff. So we got to stop on the way home and get the stuff for that because I'm sure I don't have everything. Pumpkin pie. How did it turn out? Does it just sort of turn out? Well, I know what it turns out like. It turns out like pumpkin pie with no crust. But were you happy with how it ended up? Your pumpkin? Yeah, I haven't had Texas sheet cake in a long time either, so I thought, well, that sounds pretty good. So I guess that's what mostly she will be doing on Friday. The little gals that come over once a month and do some cleaning for me, the stuff I usually can't do, they had to cancel on me. And I talked to her yesterday, and so they're coming tomorrow. I mean, Friday. I've got my days so mixed up. They're coming Friday, so that'll be nice. Just in time before everybody shows up. No, Bella, you can't. You just have to wait a little bit. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, I've been here by myself mostly for a little bit, and then Sherry and Violet got into chat. There might have been a couple people who were just watching. Might still be. But that's fine. Glad you come by. I don't really like that. Really needs this. Yeah, I like that better. But it's too long. So let's get a haircut. I don't know why I did that. I should have just. Well, phooey dooey. Raining cats and dogs. I thought we were going to get, it looked like the radar showed we were going to get a lot of snow last night. And we just got, a dusting. It's still out there, but it's not much. And you could see the grass through it. Sounds like some people are getting ready to get slammed, though, up north. I think Jersey said this morning that they're getting ready for it. Yeah, what Violet said. I heard 1 to 2 feet or something like that in the Northeast. But it's that time of year, so. Except for the fact that people can get hurt and all the problems that come with the weather. I don't mind it otherwise. Just another reason to be at home, doing my thing. My husband's got a big red truck and goes about anywhere with it, so he usually stops on us when it gets bad like that. He'll stop on his way home, get groceries or whatever I send him. You know, I'll send him a note, tell him what I need, so I don't have to get out in it, which is good because I'm not very steady on my feet as it is, and I don't need to be falling, so. Oh, coast of North Carolina. I'm always interested where people live and whether I've been through the vicinity or if I know kind of what it's like there. I was watching, who was I watching? Who is it since, is Miss Gigi in Sweden, I think? I was watching her yesterday. I think that's who it was. And thinking about Sweden and how little I know about the place. I don't know anything about it, hardly at all. So that makes me want to go look it up and, you know, see what it's all about. Just so you know what it's like. Because we, in the United States, I think a lot of times we think everything is like the United States, unless, you know, you're in Africa or someplace. And we don't really know what different places are like. I mean, is the grocery store the same, or are their libraries the same? You know, just stuff like that. Maybe other people don't think about it, but I think about those things and wonder how different is it where you live, you know, if you're out of the States. And even in the States, there's so many differences between areas of the United States too. Let's see here. This morning, while I was watching Jersey, I was inking pages. It always seems like such a good idea when I start. Yeah, I want to ink these pages. Every page in this journal I want to ink. And I like it. I like the way it always looks. But boy, after a few pages, it gets so tiring. So I got one of them inked. I'm going to ink the other one too, because I just like the way it looks on those forest journals. I'm not liking these brown tags too much. I think I'm going to find some black ones. Hi, Jersey. Well, there she is. Look at there. I shouldn't talk about her. She must hear me. She must hear me and think, what is she talking about? I better go see. You never know when people are going to pop up. You can't just talk about them. You know, Kimberly, we lived in, when my husband was in the service, when we were first married, we lived in Albany, Georgia. And of course, being from the St. Louis area, we're used to snow. We're used to everything because you have everything here. But there, they had, it couldn't have been half an inch of snow. It could not have been a half inch of snow. It was so thin. And they closed the schools. They shut down the roads. You know, people are like, what are you doing out in this weather? I'm like, what weather? Just all depends on what you're used to, I guess. I don't like that either. Start at noon. I'm organized? Is that what you're saying, Jersey? You think I'm organized? I try to be organized. I got so much stuff. If I'm not organized, it would probably blow up or something. I don't know, but I don't feel too organized sometimes. But I am finding it, I've been trying harder lately. I am finding it much easier to function with more organization. Half an inch. I know, half an inch. I was just out driving around, not even thinking about it. You know, went to the grocery store and there's nobody there. Just the people who worked there, and they were scared to death. They kept going and looking out the front of the building to see how bad the snow was still. But yeah, it's all depends on where you're at. When I was a child, I started school, first grade, in Anchorage, Alaska, because my father was in the service too. And I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember certain things, you know, and there, how different it was, and how they always had, in the winter, they always had chains on the cars, and I just, you know, it was just different. Of course, when we moved back to, let's see, where were we after that? After that, we were in Tennessee. And when they found out I had just come from Alaska, everybody thought that we lived in igloos and chewed blubber, ate blubber. Kimberly, I lived in Virginia Beach for about 9 months, right before my husband got out of the service. Of course, that was in 1979. We hardly knew anybody there because we weren't there long enough to really get acquainted with people. And he was due to get out of the service soon. So when his squadron left on a cruise, they didn't make him go because he was going to get out soon. And he just sort of stayed back and did maintenance and I don't know what else, you know, cleaning and stuff like that while they were gone, which was fine. Yeah, it was much easier than having to bring him back, I guess. You know, we lived in Key West, Florida for 5 years. That was a long time to be in one place. When he's in the service, we started in Millington, Tennessee, and he went to school for like 16 weeks. They put him on a fast track school for electronics as electronic technician because they needed him so badly. And it was supposed to be a 20-week school, I think, and he ended up doing it in 16 because they were trying to, you know, get him out so fast. And then we went to Albany, Georgia. And the squadron that he was attached to in Albany, fighter squadron, got transferred. The whole squadron got transferred to Key West, Florida. So we were there for years, and he went on 2 cruises from out of Key West. One was 8 months long, the other was 10. So we were there for quite some time, and the weather was great. You know, we fortunately, while we were stationed there were no big storms, no bad storms, and it was beautiful. But I tell you what, I missed the trees. I missed the trees. There were trees there. There were, like, you know, some pine trees and mostly palm trees. But I just missed the trees from Missouri. And it was a real surprise to me that I would miss them so much. But we went back not too long. Well, it's been several years now, I guess, to visit. And I don't ever want to go back to Key West. I'm sure the resorts, I know they have resorts there now, and I'm sure they're nice, but it's just not the same to me as when we were there, and not in a good way. So yeah, so kind of lost its flavor. My daughter was born there, and a few years before they got married, her and her husband got married, we took a family trip. He went with us, and it was a great trip, but we were very disappointed in the city and just how it looked, and just, you know, it just wasn't the same. Okay, now let's see, how was I going to do this? I enjoyed your stream this morning, Laura. Thanks for all the nice things you said. Bella, please stop. Please stop. You're fine. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right, don't. Now she's getting irritated with me. She didn't want to come. Oh, there she is. There she is. Mommy's baby girl. Okay. You want to see everybody? You want to see everybody? Let me see if I can turn this just a little bit. There she is. Look up here. Look, Bella. Look up here. There's Bella. Good girl. Okay, back down we go. Okay, now you've had your... Oh, you're going to craft too? You're going to craft? Here. Can't have those. Yeah, well, you're a good girl. Okay, get down now. Get down. We'll be going up in a little bit. That's my Bella. She is pretty adorable. But boy, is she a pest. She is hard-headed. Upstairs, I have a recliner. That's one of those electric ones that'll, you know, it goes up and down by itself when you push the button. And I have a quilt that lays there by the chair because I always kind of cold when I'm sitting there sometimes. So what she does in the morning is either me or my husband one when we get up, we let her out first thing, and then she gets her food and her water. So when she comes in, she's got that. And then I usually make his lunch, make him a sandwich. One of us makes the coffee, and then I get me a cup of coffee. By then she's through eating, and she usually wants to go back out again. I mean, they're creatures of habit pretty much. But this morning, she did not want to go back out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go sit down. You better go now because I'm going to sit down. And that's not what she wanted. And I was still in the kitchen finishing up making his sandwich and stuff and getting my coffee fixed. And she's whining. She's standing in the middle of the living room floor whining. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? What's her problem? Well, she was waiting for me to come and sit in the chair so she could get on my lap on the quilt. And she did not want to get up there until I had the quilt over my lap. And we kind of have this little routine every morning, but she's never just refused to go outside and just wanted to get on my lap. I guess she was tired because she just laid right down and, got all comfy. They're so funny. She just turned 2 years old. And I'm really trying to find her a friend. Trying to find her little friend. Yesterday, she was getting antsy, wanting to go out and jumping around and kind of whining a little bit. I thought, well, I guess she needs out. So I went over to let her out. And before I let her out, there's this big black dog that we have. Her area is fenced, but we have 3 acres. So he kind of roams around the rest of the acreage. He's from the neighbors. And she was just jumping to get out. So I let her out. She ran out to the fence, sat down, and was watching. He was just kind of moseying around the backyard out there. So she's out there watching him and just whining. And I thought, oh, she needs a buddy so bad. But boy, it's just hard to find one. Everything I find, they want like, $1,000, and I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. But I can't just take any dog because I have to be able to pick it up, and I can't pick up anything over about 15 pounds. And needs to be, an animal that doesn't shed a lot because I have allergies. We don't want to go through all that. So it's kind of a little specific about what I could find. I just want to get the search over with and get her a friend. She just needs a little friend. Okay, these are coming along. They're a little plain, but they'll get there. Again. Hi, Miss Gigi. I was just talking about you. You're in Sweden, right? Or if I got you confused with somebody else, that wouldn't be a surprise to me. I get confused sometimes. Yes, you are. Okay. I was just talking about how people in America often perceive other countries and how things are in other countries. Like the grocery stores and the libraries and the when you have to go to the license office or, just that kind of stuff. And thinking about how we don't always have a correct perception of how things work in other countries. Oh, I've lost my here. Where is it? Anyway, I thought that was interesting. It's interesting to know how things what things are like in other countries and what's different, you know. But I haven't gone and looked it up yet, so I'll have to go and look it up before it's over with and see what it's like in Sweden. My idea of what it's like in Sweden is that people are very liberal in how they treat other people. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that, and that they take care of their elderly very well, and that it's very clean. That's my whole idea. I don't, other than that, I have no clue, and that's probably all wrong, or some of it's wrong. So so I need to go look it up and see what needs to change in my ideas about Sweden. Peggy, the stuff that you sent to Laura was so cute and so funny. Some of it was so funny. I laughed my head off at that Santa Claus hair bread. It just struck me as really funny. Oh. Let's see, where am I here? Now, this is bothering me because it's not round for some reason. There we go. Okay. Now, coming along here. Liberal, not you. Me neither. Not really. I mean, I like everybody, and I want everybody to be happy. But there's some things I'm not very liberal about, although I'm not a politically minded person. So we're not even going to go there. Let's see, this needs something on it. No, not that. Starting to get piles here. I'm a piler. When it's over with, I'll have this whole desk piled with stuff. Oops. Yep, Mrs. Gigi, you're right. And that's it's the only reason I'm on Facebook. It's the only reason I'm on YouTube. It's crafting and how to learn how to do things. That's my thing. The rest of it, I just skip over. I have my own opinions, and I'm pretty sure about them. But I can always learn something new about crafting, and I like to meet people. So, and I don't like conflict. So, so that works out. Okay, I think this one is going to get some lace on the top and bottom. Oh, thanks, Violet. I kind of like laying them all out like this and seeing them all together, because I don't know, I think making them all at once like this kind of gives them a little bit more cohesion since they're all going in the same book. Not sure how much sense that makes, but it kind of makes sense to me, I guess. Oh, look at that. Miss Gigi, those are cute little trees. Those are cute. All right, get this silly glue out again. It's been acting up a little bit, but we're gonna. There we go. I'm gonna And just here in a second, I'm going to show you, do a little quick flip through of how far I've gotten on the forest journals that I was working on yesterday. Come on, glue, come out of there. I don't have much strength in my thumbs. It's hard to push that glue out sometimes when it's stubborn. So I'll be getting out a new bottle, putting this one aside, and then as soon as the new one starts getting low, I'll fill it up with what's left in this one. And that kind of helps it to keep going without getting too clogged up. This one's starting to thicken up too much to suit me. Okay. I'll glue this one together, and then I'm going to take out the... Yeah, I'm all about the red. I like red. I don't use blue a lot in my crafts. Not because I don't like blue, but for some reason, I just don't, use it that much. So I've got some blue napkins coming, pretty blue napkins coming, and I've started gathering a few blue things as I come across them. So eventually I'm going to make a blue journal, just so I know I can. And I also have a peacock journal ready to start working on. I'm not that crazy about peacocks, but it was a challenge that I'm probably not going to get turned in time, but I am going to work on it eventually. So I had more peacock stuff than I realized, plus I had some, got some digi-thanes to use. But I really was surprised at how much peacock stuff. I keep finding stuff. I found these feathers. I forgot I had those. And I've got these beautiful, well, I don't know if you can even see that, beautiful peacock feathers. So I pulled those out, and then today I realized that I'd printed out some other peacock stuff and had forgotten. So I have all these little peacock things. So they can go, I should just put that together. So they can go with the peacock stuff. I'm just going to put these in here. There's enough of these, and I could use them for tabs, actually. So that's what I do. Is if I get interested, or a lot of times if I get a lot of something, a lot of one subject, if I come across a lot of it that I like, then I'll start setting things aside, and then when I get enough pieces, then I'll start working on the journal. And it seems to work pretty good for me that way. I like to think about things for a while before I actually do them most of the time. And because the more I think about it, the better the ideas seem to be. So I've got a whole bunch of circus ephemera that is probably past the point of being worked on. All right, I'm going to do this for a second so that all stays in place. I'm going to show you the, where did I put? I kind of skip around if I get tired of looking at something, or if I start not having any good ideas about it, because I've been looking at it too much. then I stop working on it and work on something else. Because then when you go back, you have fresh eye, and you can actually, you know, get more ideas and what have you. So there's 2 of these. And here's how far I am. Let me. You might not be interested in looking at these, but I'm going to show you anyway. So, oh, might be too far. Okay. So this is, they both have 2 signatures. They'll be about the same size, and they have similar things, but not exactly the same. So here's this one. I worked on this yesterday. I added this on. I made a bunch of these this morning. We got some lavender plants planted in the spring, and there's 2 purple lavender and 2 white lavender, and they're all planted together in a little side flower bed by our patio. And so I went out the other day before the bad frost came, and I picked some. Let's see if you can see this. I picked some pansies that were just about done, and put them in some. Isn't that pretty? In some of these, and then I picked some lavender that was. I think this lavender was dried. Now the white. This is the white lavender, and that's what all of these are. They're just all lavender pieces. So now I've got all these that I can use, and I think I only had 3, maybe had 4. I think I had 4 of the pansies, so I'll put one of those in each book. So added this leaf in here. Just went through and added yesterday. I added some stamps, or not stamps. What do you call them? Stickers. Out of my big sticker book. And there's still a lot more to do in here, but it's coming along. This one, I have not. This one I have not done the inking on the pages yet. I think I might have had most of this done yesterday in this book. I stitched around here and glued that on for a pocket. I thought I needed to make some more of these edgies, but I'm not sure if I need to or not. With the stickers I've added, that might be enough. Here's a little folder that goes in there. I think I probably did more in the other book than this one. Here's the leaf that I put on yesterday with matte medium, and it looks like it's going to stay pretty good. Of course, it's really thin, so it's kind of flexible. I wouldn't want to bend it in half, but it's pretty flexible, and the ends are staying, so that worked pretty well. I did a few pockets. This will have a lot more in it than it has now. There's the other leaf. I made that into a pocket. So that one is not inked. Now this one is, and I think it makes such a big difference. It just makes it look, I don't know, more rustic or something. So I went through and inked all these pages this morning, and man, it wears you out. Put a little cluster on here. A few more stickers. A little bit more on the pockets. Added some ribbon. This is a big piece of ribbon, and I don't know, you can see the glue, so I don't know what I'll do with that. I had to do something to it. I don't like the way that looks with the glue. There's some more stickers I put in. I'm not usually a big sticker person, but they seem to be working pretty well in this book. There's another little folder. That's really pretty. There, see, it showed up on this one too. I was afraid it would. I should have tested it first, and I didn't. Just look at this. Oh, here's some more little trees. That's what made me think of this, Ms. Gigi. I saw your little trees up there. It made me think of these. Hi, Nana. Nana Sheila. The violet, the purple lavender. I think I might do some more of this on some of these other pages. I really like the way this edge looks torn. The purple lavender looks totally different from the white lavender. The white lavender has skinny, thinner leaves, and the purple lavender has thick, I guess they're called leaves. You know, it's on a stem and it's got these thick leaves. The purple one has not bloomed yet. And, you know, the information said that it might take a year before it blooms. But the white, it bloomed right away. But the purple is so thick and so pretty. It's kind of like the plant is, the greenery is kind of like a dusky green color. It's really, really pretty. And if you take a piece of it, if you just pick off a little piece of it and rub it in your hand, it smells so good. So I'm looking forward to the spring when they come back out again. I didn't, the information I had said that you can cut them back in the spring or in the fall. So I just decided to let them go, and I'm going to cut them back in the spring as soon as it's, you know, time, and see what happens. And then around it on the ground, I put. We also got some. What is it called? I think it's called flowering thyme, but it's like a ground cover, and it started spreading pretty good. So I hope it'll spread out really nicely. And then I have my, I always forget the name of it, my rose bush, which is called, oh gosh, knockout. It's a knockout rose. That thing, it gets so heavy with flowers, and they're not huge, but you know, they're you know, about that big, and it gets so heavy with flowers, it just doesn't even stand up straight. And we have not cut that back yet. We got to do that. It needs cut back, and I keep forgetting about it. And then I have some little hens and chickens down on the end, and they're populating. So I've had different things in that flower bed. So anyway, that's how far I've gotten on the forest journals. I still got more work to do on them. They're coming along. Oh, Netflix. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, Mrs. Gigi. You're always welcome. All right, I'm going to get back to these. and for about 30 more minutes, probably fiddle around here, and then I gotta go take care of the dog, get some lunch, do some laundry every day. Do some laundry. I say that, and then I go upstairs and I don't do it. Oh. Yeah, Violet, I think there are for different regions, but the white lavender, it bloomed pretty good. Maybe not as much as I expected, but I think that's just because it was a new plant, you know, newly planted. So I'm thinking that next spring we'll see a lot more from that plant. I know they're not very, you know, it's not very much, just 4 plants like that, but I am hoping to get a little bit of, to harvest a little bit of lavender from it. My hands are a mess. Oh. So I've been down here since, well, about 7 o'clock, I guess. I don't know what time Jersey came on, but it was about the same time that she came on. My feet are freezing. I'm going to put my slippers on the little heater I have down there so they can warm up, or they'll be cramping for sure. Lavender wands. Yeah, see, I don't think I'll get enough. I have a feeling I won't get enough to make anything like that. But I thought, well, you know, I wouldn't mind getting enough to just do a couple of um, little scent bags or something. Excuse me. Yeah, the time is already spreading from where I first put it in. And that's kind of what we're hoping. It'll be like a ground cover in the flower bed. I can keep the dog out of it. Oh, that's a silly little dog. She has always, from the very beginning, likes to eat grass. If it's in the ground, she likes to eat it. Sorry. I've got to ask my husband to fix this squeaky chair. It squeaks so bad. Of course, it's kind of old too. No, Bella. It's too early for your lunch. These are some of my tabs that I make. They're fun to make. I really like doing it. I did a video on them not too long ago. Nana. How are you today? I'm just kind of pilling around working in my journals. Working on my sewing journals right now. I got two going at once. Yeah, I've seen those lavender ones, Violet. I think they're really pretty. You put, do you do the kind where you weave the ribbon around the stems, or a different kind? I'm not real happy with that size of this. So I'm going to look for something different. It's the second time I've pulled that one out. Oh, that one's smaller. Excuse me. Okay. Oh my gosh, Kimberly. Those ones with the woven ribbons are so pretty. But I'm don't blame me. I wouldn't waste my time and energy doing that if I was going to burn it. I bet that smells good. Does it actually smell like the lavender when you burn it? I mean, is it very prominent? You know, my husband always tells me, if you get that car started, we'll go for a ride, because I clear my throat. I have to clear my throat so much, and it's a habit and a necessity. So I apologize, because I'm right here by the microphone, and I'm sure it sounds really loud. But, you know, it's one of those kinds of things. Oops. Hi, Barbara. How you doing? Kind of coming in on the end of things. I'm gonna be here about another 30 minutes, and then do some adult things, I guess. Barbara, did you ever get your sewing machine going back from the place, or did you ever take it? I haven't heard you say anything about sewing, so I'm kind of doubting it. Doesn't really smell like lavender, huh? Kimberly, are you doing that snippet roll on fabric or paper? Or what process are you using? I just can't find the right thing I want for this. You're exaggerating. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm going to adjust this. Don't get sick. There. I'll get my warm slippers from the heater. Get my feet warmed up. Poor old feet. I'm so flat-footed. I've had surgeries on one of my ankles twice because the first time didn't work. So now I can only bend my foot a certain way because they tried to stabilize my ankle so that I could walk better. And it worked. They told me it'd probably only last about 10 years, and it's been 15. So I'm thankful every day that it's still doing pretty good. Huh. Oh, good. Good, Barbara. You'll get it going someday, and I'm still convinced if you'll just get the book out and look at it and follow it, that you could figure it out. But I understand. Not everybody wants to do that or feels like they can do it. Wish I were closer. I'd run over and fix it for you. But it's a little far, so I don't think that's going to happen. It's a little far. You know, a lot of people use their machines to stitch for things in their journals. And I love the way it looks. But for some reason, I just don't like doing that. I mean, it's not like I don't know how or don't have the equipment or anything like that. But for some reason, I don't really like, I do it once in a while. I don't know, maybe it's just because I don't want to have to pick everything up and go to the sewing machine. I don't really know, but yeah. I don't do a lot of stitching in my journals. I'm sure they would look better with it. It just looks really nice when you do. I think, and I always think, oh, I should do some stitching, especially in the sewing journals. I should do some machine stitching on some pages or something. And then but I never do. Yeah. The cold is really a downer there. Not that I haven't lived in the cold before, and it's cold here too, but not like it gets up there. We get all kinds of weather in this southeast Missouri. It's very changeable. Well, I can't settle on these tags today for some reason. Hi, Aunt Beck. Nice to see you. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Aren't they fun? And it's like I said, you know, it's another way to use up your to use your tools. That looks goofy. Because most of us who've done any kind of paper crafting at all have punches. And sometimes they just sit there and don't get used. So this is kind of a nice different way to use them. I like doing it. I think it's fun. That's why I usually do a whole bunch of them at once so that they're done and ready to use. Yeah, that really sounds good, Aunt Beck. I'm gonna have to get some pretty soon. And the dog, she's already been down here bugging me. Mom, it's time for lunch. Mom, it's time for lunch. Okay. Oh, where are we here? Let's see. At least got the basics going. There, close this glue. Close this glue. Gosh, I can't even see. Should be getting a call from the eye doctor in a couple of days saying that my new glasses are in. She tried to, I definitely needed my prescription changed, but she thinks the bigger culprit is that my eyes are too dry. And what she said made sense, so I think she's probably right about that. So now I'm trying to use eye drops more. And at night, she wants me to use this thick eye drop stuff, which I haven't gotten yet. But she did increase my prescription. Right, Barb. I like doing things that way too. Using what you have the best you can and in as many ways as you can. So I appreciate that you saw that you thought that. But anyway, she increased my prescription, but not as she tried to increase it more, but my eyes just wouldn't accept it. So I'm sort of like a little increased, I guess. Okay, I'm not going to use these since all the rest of them are black. So these will need something. So anyway, hopefully it will help. It's getting to where I can barely see the TV clearly from where I sit in the living room without, blinking, and that strains my eyes. That's why I've been having so much eye strain and occasional headache. So hopefully it's going to take care of it all. Hopefully. Oh, I forgot all about these. Yep, I can use some of those. So let me see if I can. Here's all these that are partially finished. Got the basics on there. And then I've got these two. I'm sort of rounding all the corners on these. Normally, I don't just do everything the same color like this. It's kind of different. You never know what you're going to do. I really like art glitter glue, but sometimes I wish it would move just a little bit more than it does. But I do like it. I used to use nothing but Eileen's tacky glue. And then when I started making journals a year ago and watching more videos of people who make journals, I discovered Fabri-Tac. I mean, I didn't discover Fabri-Tac then. I already knew about Fabri-Tac, but I didn't really use it. Fabri-Tac and glitter glue. Now, I can't tell you the last time I used my tacky glue. Poor thing's not even sitting over here where I can reach it, which is a real tell right there. The stuff that I use all the time, I have right around me. Because the more I don't have to get up, the longer I can play. Of course, when I go to get up, I can barely get up because my knees get stiff. Isn't that awful to be old? I'm telling you. I mean, I like being my age. I wouldn't go back, but I just wish things worked a little better. So if you're young, don't get to that point. Take care of it while you're young. Get the weight off while you're young. Change your diet while you're young. Or you're going to be sorry when you get old. I'm going to be here 2 more minutes and then I'm going. I missed something. I had I scared you, didn't I? I hit something. I hit something and knocked myself out. Thanks for everyone for dropping by. So I wasn't sitting here all by myself, talking to myself. Like I said, nothing new about that. But it's always nice to see everybody and to share whatever you're working on. Thanks, Aunt Beck. They're not finished yet, but they're started, so Next time I come down, then I'll start finishing up on them. Or basically what happens is I'll stick them in the book where it's going to go. And then as I keep working through the book, I'll actually take them out one at a time and finish adding things until I'm happy with them. But this is a start. Okay, gals. If you haven't had lunch, get some. And if you've had it, go take a nap. Have a good day. Don't work too hard, but play as hard as you can. Okay? Bye-bye.